Listen, I just wanted to take you back just to that Bilbao, considering you're going back there to that the final, 8 years ago. Like, what were your kind of the jump out memories back then at the time? I suppose it's not the greatest game to look back on, aesthetically speaking, but you get over the line. But anything jump out to you about that whole day or that whole week?
It's pretty exceptional stadium, and I remember the atmosphere was amazing there. What else? I'm trying to think at the start of that year. I know when we heard the final was going to be in Bilbao, there was a perception that by this time of the year the weather would be sunny. But I remember for the final it was lashing rain, so that's another thing that I guess jumps out when I think about it.
And I remember at the time, like after the game, talking to Jordy Murphy, and I think you guys were flying back that night because the A guys had been playing Ealing in a British and Irish Cup, which goes to show a lot about the kind of togetherness of the squad and stuff like that. Can you kind of remember that? I think you flew back late that night, and there was a kind of a bit of a party then back in Dublin. Do you remember much about
that? Yeah, we were. I guess it is a bit of a blur, but yeah, we were on the flight back. I guess when we were, I can't remember which hotel we went to, where we, I guess, cool seeing family and friends and stuff, and it was a long night that evening. But I haven't reflected too much on that part of it.
There was no party back at the Ringrose house the day after, was there?
No, no, not that time.
Listen, I was saying, I was looking at that game, and there's a few lads who might be involved maybe at the weekend. Were playing in that Ealing game. I think it was Kieran Frawley, Max Deegan, Caelan Doris came off the bench as well. Like it's long been a thing in Leinster, hasn't it? Where like you're having to go deep. Like everybody knows about the kind of Ireland internationals, but you do rely on that full squad, don't you?
Yeah, it's I guess feel lucky to be part of a group that's or an organisation that everyone's turning up, kind of pushing each other and competitive, and trying to push the dial to be better for themselves and for the organisation. So it's pretty cool when you say that, when you think about it that way. And yeah, I feel like there's always someone coming up through and training that's as I said, pushing the dial, challenging us, and so it's tough but enjoyable training sessions, preparing for the weekend, and then I suppose the 23 guys that are lucky enough to go out on any given weekend then are representing the whole group, so it kind of motivates you and drives you to give it the best effort.
And I know you'd be a kind of big fan and follower of rugby and stuff as well. Like any other weekends, you might even tune in and catch a bit of Bordeaux. Like you probably would hate to see him kind of cutting loose this weekend, but like as a kind of rugby fan, is it what type of what do you enjoy about watching about Bordeaux and the threats they seem to have all over the pitch?
Yeah, well, exactly that. I guess some of the tries they scored are exceptional, and they rightly so get applauded for. I guess what I've admired on top of that is kind of how hard they work for each other on defence, how hard they work for each other on attack, which kind of creates the opportunities that we all see. So that's just to, I guess, name one or two things that I admire watching them. But then it definitely sharpens the focus in terms of it doesn't get bigger challenge-wise come this weekend.
Perfect. Listen, I'll let somebody else jump in. Good luck with the whole week, and hopefully it goes well for you.
Thank you very much.
Bordeaux do have an Irish guy in the coaching staff. I was wondering if you knew Noel from his time at Leinster.
Yeah. Noel McNamara. Yeah. He definitely had a really big impact on the players he dealt with here in Leinster, and it comes as no surprise he's having success with Bordeaux and getting the most out of the whole team, but certainly the backs as well. He is an exceptional coach, and away from rugby a really good person. So I think the players play for him on two fronts, for him being a good guy and then also an exceptional coach.
Were you one of the players he used to coach at Leinster?
I would have not specifically. I just missed him from an age grade perspective. But when I missed him while I was in school, he was in charge of some of the Leinster and Ireland age grade stuff that I just missed out on. But I got to work or rub shoulders with him more closely then once I came in the building here in UCD. And then also from being close with the guys that were specifically under him and coached him, understanding what I guess at the time made him tick and the value he was providing to them.
I have another question. So you were playing in 2018 when you last won the Champions Cup, and there's a lot of other teammates that were that day. I was wondering the four finals that you lost after. What did you learn from them? Because some of them were lost just by small margin.
I guess as all the big games I've been lucky enough to be involved in with Leinster, and I guess privileged to be involved in, have learned valuable lessons from, some a little bit more painful than others. But I guess, as you said, that all of them were close games, and the games fell on really close margins and really close, fine margins. What I guess those valuable lessons is from previous experiences, just focusing on the preparation and working as hard as we can to prepare to then ultimately, I guess, go all in on the game. And we can't control the outcome. We can't control the results, unfortunately. So it's just focusing on preparing as best we can. And I guess what will be result-wise.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Gary. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. As a follow-up to the question of my colleague about the previous finals you lost, he asked you what you learned from those finals. I was wondering if you thought that Leinster changed the way you play. Do you play differently now? Have you changed anything about your style? I mean, the team, and not you, Gary.
I guess we're always trying to evolve each year, and I think no team has been the same going into, as I said, as we've been privileged to be in a couple of finals, but I think no team, no game plan has been the same based on, I guess, the evolution of the team, but then also the opposition you're playing, and an even thing to play in La Rochelle changed a couple of things the second or third time round, and didn't quite get us over the line. So I guess this year is what I'm trying to get into is no different. I guess we're always trying to evolve, and certainly in terms of evolving, being at our best, I guess, to facing the challenge of Bordeaux, and I suppose how hard they work for each other on defence, and then how hard they work for each other on attack is we'll have to be at our best and to deal with both those elements of the game.
And would you say that the identity, because we always say that Leinster plays the same way as Ireland, do you think it's still true today, or is there some differences now?
I guess as a player that's involved in it, don't maybe that could be a perception or something that's spoken about outside of the playing and coaching group, even from Ireland or Leinster, that there's obviously a lot of crossover of players that are lucky enough to play with Leinster and Ireland, but so in terms of the identity, maybe it's similar. It can be similar personnel, but there's also loads of differences as well. So I can't maybe give you a clear answer, but there's things that the coaches demand of us and ask of us in here that differ slightly in Ireland and vice versa. So as a player, we're only ever trying to just deliver and do our job as best we can on the day, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you, Garry.
Welcome.